how do we start?
I don't think we ever had a way to start.
Hello?
Hello? Is anyone there? We've been locked in here for a year. We've been trapped.
We've actually been talking for a year, but we couldn't turn the mics on when you finished it.
It's so embarrassing. We've been recording episodes all year and the mic wasn't on and we just didn't know.
We just found the button and the mics have just gone on and now we're tired, so we're saying bye.
Bye.
No, Lauren, this is so exciting. We are reuniting and it feels so good. Big Natural Talents is back.
Sound effects. Probably not sound effects because I don't know if I'm going to put them in. But maybe I will. Sound effects.
Oi, oi, oi.
Hachi. Now, I mean, we came in being like, what are we going to talk about? Kidding. We've got so much to talk about.
We've got so much to talk about.
Immediate elephant in the room.
Yeah.
There were two big elephants in the room. So we're getting ready. We're sitting down at the desk ready to start the pod. Conchetta's taking her jacket off, setting up the cameras. And I just say, so Conchetta, your top and... let's just reenact.
Yeah, okay.
Conchetta, your top
is completely see-through, I know. There's a story.
Yes.
That is so funny. Okay, so a big problem. So obviously, like, we've been on hiatus. You went and did a big Hollywood TV show, and I went and did breakfast radio.
We've been back since Hollywood, but I've been pottering around. And I've been up to bits and bobs. And yes, you've been on breakfast radio.
Yeah, I've been the same. I've plateaued with the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
And
this and that, I'm going to the shops. Anyway.
No, but this is so funny because, so like for 3 years I'm waking up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And I keep dressing in the dark. You think 3 years in, has she got a system? Is she laying out her clothes the night before? No, I hate doing that. I just want to get into bed. I don't want to think about it.
Also, can I like pause and interrupt to say, like, people say that like an insult. What, did you get dressed in the dark? And I'm like, what, did you turn the big light on and look upon your whole fucking naked body in the mirror like some kind of freak? Like,
Totally.
I'm always getting dressed in the dark. Are you kidding? Then you're putting things on and you think, wow, I look good. It's dark. My mirror is covered in dust.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what I look like. And it's better that way.
It's better. Sex in the dark.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
better.
Keep the lights off.
So I can't. So I just like. It's hard. It's winter, and like getting dressed in the morning. I like really think about it in the morning. I woke up late at 4:30. And I'm like just throwing things together, and what I'm wearing is a Uniqlo. It is not meant to be a top.
No.
It is a what's this thing called? Where
Is
like,
it heat tech?
It's like a thermal. It's like a
my
heat tech
God.
thermal.
They are so see-through.
It's so, and it's white. And I remember walking into work, and my male assistant producer and producer. Like you couldn't like, and I don't think I've worn a bra in 2.5 years.
It's hard
at the
to
ABC.
keep eye contact when you're coming in with a see-through white singlet. I flagged it too early on. It was like, okay, well, this is going to be a distraction for the podcast.
So funny. And the assistant producer, like, we riff heaps, but he finally, like, you had to riff about my tits, and I feel like we broke another level, and it was so funny. And I was puffing out my chest and being like, okay, and then I was naming male bosses that I'm talking to, being like, hey, and like the thing is like, it was just so wonderful to come into the Big Natural Talent space and to see your reaction. And you were like, we can't film like this, Conchetta.
Yeah.
It's like I'm topless, essentially. And just so you know, pre-recording, just for the vibes, Lauren graciously took off it. We shut the door of the studio.
We did. We gave ourselves some privacy. We had our producer here step out of the room. We shut the door and I took off my bra, gave it to Conchetta because I'm wearing a loose button up, so maybe no one will be able to tell that I'm not wearing a bra now. So now Conchetta has this black bamboo comfort wireless situation, which is the only thing I can wear. But it looks good.
Oh, thank you.
I rate it.
It's so Mother Teresa what you did.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Those pictures of Mother Teresa like feeding children.
Yes.
You giving Conchetta a bra who goes
The
to a
bra
job.
off my back.
Yeah.
Off my own back.
Oh, it's so good to be back in the spot with you, Lozzie. I can't
Here we
believe
are.
it.
See, and no one's doing that at Triple J. No one else gave you their bra at Triple J.
No, that would not.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm in an HR meeting.
Yeah, you're actually.
I noticed.
It's actually good we're back because things over there seem like they're not going to be happy with you for a little while.
It's just so fun to be like, I really took advantage of like not having a work uniform. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm a creative. I'm walking into the ABC every day and I'm a creative. I'm
Office siren. Okay.
But it's not. I wish it was. I've given up. I've fully given up. I'm not the office siren. It's like giving like it's no sexual appeal. It's all the like, what do you call it? All the like, R-rated, but none of the sexual undertones.
It's just like bare minimum. It's like
it's bare minimum.
Wearing like a hole, like holes in the shirt, like a nipple coming out. I guess because there is not heaps of a dress code at Triple J because it's youth radio. They have to be cool, but then there is probably a limit, and that is probably a see-through shirt with nipples visible in the government national radio station.
Yeah, it is to just test. Like, was anyone going to say anything ever? Just like to really push the envelope.
Push it.
And if I could just say, like, I really realized, like, just the other day I went shopping for Skims for a bra, and I was like, I have not worn a bra in 2.5 years, and maybe it's about time to sort of get back into it, saddle them up.
Yeah, I guess. But it's like, another thing to put on the freaking list, isn't it? It's like, okay, not only do I have to put clothes on, and then you've got to put a bra on. Yep. What's the bra? Is it clean?
Is this do you have multiple of these bamboo ones?
I do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I do, and I'm going to get more because I want only those. You know what I mean?
That's me with bamboo undies. I want only bamboo undies.
Only bamboo. I heard somewhere, and this is, again, back to the customary BNT making claims with absolutely no research. And I'm a consumer of bamboo fabric. I'm wearing a lot of bamboo. But then I heard someone say that bamboo is actually, like, not even good for the environment or something. Or it's, like, just polyester in disguise or, like...
I wouldn't be surprised that, like, another thing we love is ruined.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but while the jury's out, let's bamboo it up. So...
yeah. While it's ambiguous, we got to buy stocks in bamboo, okay? I'm buying up this bamboo bralette. BB...
Now, Lozzie, so that's what I've been up to, not having a bra for 2.5 years. So we're coming back into the spot.
Yeah.
Should we, like, I don't know, like, I feel like you've mentioned, let's talk a bit of vocab. Let's, like, bring people up to speed. If you're listening for the first time, welcome to our community.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome in. Hey, take a seat. Grab a cup of tea.
Yep.
We won't make it for you. Go to the kitchen, make your own cup of tea. Make me one too while you're there.
Please, I'm thirsty. And if you have a bra, you may need to lend it to someone next to you.
Look around the room, see if anyone needs a bra, because in this community, that is a communal item, and we share them as they need.
You're like, who's got a job interview later? Who needs a bra?
Who needs the bra? There's one bra, okay? There's one bra between all of us, and it's this bamboo thing, and it's wireless, and so it's pretty stretchy. Look, I think I'm going to say it's going to, like, fit a lot of people, okay? But maybe not you.
It's giving like a commune. One bra in the commune, and it's enough, and we get by. It's just to the traveling pants.
Yeah.
It's really we don't wash it.
We don't wash it. No, it's bamboo. It's like antibacterial or whatever. And who knows, bamboo's going to be like illegal soon. So we can't wash it because it'll disintegrate. It's precious. But anyway, welcome. Welcome, BNT Neenies.
Oh my God, that's what I miss saying, BNTies.
BNTies.
I've missed this. I've just like missed gabbing with a girl longer than 4-minute breaks at a time. And like
no songs.
And no
I hate songs.
Just so you know, on this podcast, we are not talking music ever.
We're never gonna mention music. And we're never gonna play a song. And
you're coming in from
like it.
It's kind of the opposite.
Kind of the opposite, okay? Yeah. So I can say this. I'm not under any contracts. I hate live music. I really do. It's so loud sometimes. And I'm always listening to audiobooks. I'm only ever listening to podcasts and audiobooks.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's my life. That's my world.
If I can just say, and this is like sort of a name drop, but it's to connect us of like, I just spoke to Addison Rae this morning.
Oh my God.
And her album...
What, am I allowed to sing?
Yeah, totally. Because like I couldn't even pick that song.
Does she have a song?
It's like, what? That could be any one of the singles.
Yeah, it's good.
And so we're talking about a new album that's like one of the most anticipated albums in the world. This like TikTok star.
Yeah, it's up there with Californication. Yeah, go on.
And she talks about how like, to listen to an album. Sorry, we're talking music. But just to get to the point, I was like, how do you want people to listen to this? And she was like, I love listening to albums in the car. And I'm like, girl, that's what I'm about. I've always been from the day dot at Triple J to the day I leave the gates.
The car.
It's about I want to be in my car listening to music, and it doesn't top that.
I don't listen to music anywhere but the car, I think.
Yeah.
I'm never putting it on at home. There's too much going on. Like, I'm already stressed at home. I'm like walking around. There's like visual clutter. I don't need like auditory clutter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in the car, like it's just me and, Harvest Moon by Neil Young soundtrack from Eat, Pray, Love, which you watched last night.
Oh my gosh. If that isn't a segue upon segue, thank you in my like time of need and my crisis. You said, hey, this is something that no one else is going to get behind.
Yeah. I said
something people laugh at.
The Academy hates it. The consensus is that it's bad. People laugh at it. It's Rotten Tomatoes says it's a bad movie. But guess what? I love Eat, Pray, Love, the film based on the book by Elizabeth Gilbert starring Julia Roberts. It's great.
It's great.
Great.
Because honestly, like, to be very Lady Gaga coded, like, everyone's against it. But if my friend Lauren Bonner goes, girl, like, trust me and take the pill. I took the pill and I was like, I messaged her. I'm like, this is curing my depression.
Yeah.
I honestly, every time I watch a movie, I'm always like, wait, what was this about in the end? And I'll like look it up. And for this one, I went, no. I'm not going to take on any negativity around
this.
Let
it sit with you. Let it sit with you in its own way. Eat, Pray, Love, EPL.
It's in the commune with the one bra.
We've got one bra and we've got one DVD. And it's Eat, Pray, Love. But if you're watching the movie, take the bra off. Relax. Let loose.
Incredible.
I actually have, and we're jumping all over the place.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do here.
It's kind of what we do again. Yeah, get on board, get used to it. Okay, we'll do it. We're going to do a recap of the vocab in a little bit.
Yeah.
But while we're talking about Elizabeth Gilbert, she is also, you will and won't be surprised to hear, quite a frequent guest on Oprah's podcast. Elizabeth Gilbert. And I did write down something about what she said on an Oprah podcast that I was listening to a little while ago because I thought you would love it and I thought the BNTeenies would love it and we could come up with this. So Elizabeth Gilbert is the author of Eat, Pray, Love, obviously, which is also just like a really like kooky spiritual lady.
Nice.
And she was talking to Oprah about how she likes to, and she thinks that you're allowed to just invent ceremonies for things. So 2 examples. One was a friend of hers was turning 40 years old. And she had never been married. And she just thought, I never got to have this marriage ceremony in my life. You know, I never got to wear the dress. I never got to do that. She wanted to have some kind of ceremony. And so what she did is she like got like wood and literally like built with her hands like a little boat. She built a boat and then she bought a wedding dress and cut it up and made white sails out of the dress, put it on the little boat, filled it with rice and flower petals, set the sails on fire, and then push the boat out into a river.
And sorry, just to clarify, that's her being like, I didn't get a wedding, here's my version.
Yeah, that was her ceremony.
Okay, just so you know, I love the concept, but if that was me, I'd be so upset. If I was like, you get a wedding, or I'm going to chop up this beautiful dress, put it in a little boat, and I'm going to set it on fire.
Or you have to like fucking use a hammer and build a boat. Oh my God, where's my husband?
So if you said to me, you get to wear one of the most beautiful dresses you could ever wear in your life, or make a boat and cut up the beautiful dress, it's awesome to me that there's someone who's like, that's what I want.
Yeah, I'm like, go off, slay. But I guess that is not for everyone, and it's like maybe why you've struggled to find your person.
No, but that's amazing. So make your own ceremony. Yeah, I love that.
Ceremony. And then, so then Elizabeth Gilbert's, this is an easy one to do as well, but it's unfortunately not relevant because it's about the new year. But I reckon you could do it like on a birthday or something. But anyway, her New Year's ceremony is on New Year's Day. She will go for a walk in nature and she will walk around until she sees the first animal she sees. And then that's like her animal of the year.
Wow.
And that animal like represents her year, the vibe of the year. Like one year she saw a fox. She said that was a cheeky little year.
That's amazing. Yeah. You, to me, have like, again, it's like, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. It's our first pod after a 2.5-year hiatus. But I'm like, okay, well, this is the place. The commune is the place for us to make our own ceremonies. Yeah. I'm already like looking 5 years down the track. You know.
Yeah, what are we doing?
I'm already thinking about our one live show that we had that was an intimate experience for the people listening and us, where like we had a sash for fuck watch, you know, our famous game. Yeah. We can get into that. I'm like, that was a ceremony that recreated where we made our listeners pick who's fucking and who's watching of the two of us. I cannot wait to make ceremonies in this community as friends, but also our own. Like, I think, do you have anything like that, your own ceremony that you've ever made?
I'm trying to think about it. I guess, like, I don't know, I get, like, the symbolic power of it. Like, I remember, like, when I've had friends who have had breakups and stuff, if they seem like they can't get over it, like, I've said, like, do you want to, like, burn something, like doing something. You've got to kind of like do something.
Action. Yeah.
And like, I mean, but like people think it's crazy and woo woo, but like we're doing ceremonies, like all the ones that like are like normal, we do like funerals,
Yeah, right.
weddings,
right.
like we do them. So like, I don't know what else.
I feel like is kind of Galentine's Day like a
yeah, we could call it that.
That to me sounds like a ceremony that you can invent and choose to.
We should like do a thing. We should like get paper and make a lantern and. It all involves pollution is the problem.
Yeah, that is
true.
It all
involves sending a balloon into the sky. And if you let go of a balloon into the sky in like a symbolic gesture, then everyone goes, that's going to kill a bird. So you can't really do that anymore.
That's so true.
Or like, what about this little boat that she burnt, you know? It's like, actually the burnt silk is going to kill the fish.
So true. But I think we need to take the essence of, what's her name? Elizabeth Gilbert?
Elizabeth Gilbert.
Okay, love.
Yeah.
Love, I think that's just something we can all just look out for. Like,
yeah.
I just keep like...
Shout out, let us know if you think of a ceremony.
Yeah, well, I'm really, we've talked about this in like the depths of our lives of like trying to find fun, trying to find meaning when like everything feels bleak.
Desperately trying to find fun.
And you have to do it for yourself. Like, I'm trying to think of like what... I'm taking myself out on a date. That's like a crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm scrapbooking. Like, that's making me... I'm just being like, we just need to like... dig and like make things that make you happy. Like, that's my whole TikTok is girlies being like, what? Like, I'm doing this. I'm going out today to like get a matcha. And I'm like, that is amazing. Like, you can just do that.
Yeah.
Is that one of our phrases? You can just do that?
You can just do that. I don't know. Maybe it is. It should be.
Yeah, it should be. But I love that. And I love that you listen to the Oprah podcast. Like, I don't think I've listened other than you're the only person who's ever recommended that to me, and that's so good.
I'm a bit out of the loop with the Oprah podcast, actually. I've got to get back into it, but also she hasn't been doing heaps of new episodes.
Yeah, I was like, what's Oprah up to?
Well, like, she's chilling, to be honest, but also she's still doing a lot.
Yeah.
She's doing plenty. Okay. Well, do you want to do the vocab?
Yeah, let's get into some vocab. Let's like hit some touchstones, and then I think we can just throw everything at the wall if you want.
Absolutely. Well, so when we say vocab,
okay,
BNT, we're just a normal podcast with two normal girls who talk about normal things, okay? But
that's the tagline.
Yeah, that's it. That's the elevator pitch.
Yeah.
And people love it. But we do sometimes we have like little sayings that we say, and then they kind of catch on, and we want to say them again. So we want to make sure that everyone is around all of them. If you haven't listened to all the apps, one that I feel like is relevant that I wanted to bring up because it's how we feel is being in the cream.
You coined this. This is iconic law. Explain.
Yeah, I coined this from a quote from the movie Catch Me If You Can, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. It's a Spielberg film, I think. And I think it's the best movie. Just watch it, guys. Catch Me If You Can is the best movie. Just watch it. But anyway, in the movie, what's his name? Freaking Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
He tells this like anecdote. He goes, 2 mice are in a bucket of cream. And they're scrambling, you know, they're drowning in the cream and they're scrambling. One of the mice, he quickly gives up and he sinks to the bottom of the cream. But the other mouse, he keeps scrambling. He keeps swimming and swimming until eventually he turns that cream into butter and he climbs out of the bucket. And so it's a tale of inspiration, but also I think for us, it's like illustrative of the feeling of being in the cream when you're like drowning.
Yeah.
In
your life.
Admin and things and emails and music is playing and Addison Rae's dropping a new album and like sort of like you're just like in the cream and you're churning and you're churning and you're churning and you're going like, am I going to drown or am I going to like churn this into butter? And we've been in the cream for a really long time.
But I will say like, this is its own thing of like the fact that we're in here recording is like we've made a little bit of butter that we're like
it's thickening.
It's something thickening.
Something is thickening in this cream and it's kind of about time. But we'll see.
You're making me think about something that I was listening to where someone was like, we want to laugh. Oh my God. Okay, this is actually something I was going to tell you interpersonally, but like maybe this is for everyone. But have you heard of Giggly Squad?
Oh, yeah. Is that Hannah Berner?
Yes, Hannah Berner and Paige DeSorbo.
So they're comedians. I know Hannah Berner's a comedian.
Hannah Berner's more a comedian. Paige DeSorbo, I think she's more like a fashion girly. And how they met is they were on some reality TV show. I cannot tell you more than that. It was called Beach House. Like I think they just put a random bunch of hot people in a house, and it's like that's kind of all it is.
Yeah, they asked me to be on that as well, but I said no.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was clashing with your other stuff.
I had other stuff on.
To go to the shop.
I had to go to the shop.
And so anyways, they're just two girly pops that like met doing that, and then like yada yada yada. They both wanted to do different things. They started a podcast. They just got along from the whole time. And you've probably seen clips of theirs. Like their podcast is huge. Hannah's now huge. She's got like a Netflix special. Blah, blah, blah. They've been adjacent in my like feed, but I've never like dipped in and listened. But I listened to Amy Poehler's podcast. And you know me, I actually famously never listened to podcasts. You always did. I never did. I made a successful cult podcast, but I didn't listen to any. But Amy got me in.
She'll get you.
Amy is absolutely
I've been watching the clips of that on the internet, but I haven't listened to the pod.
No, so fair. But it's really good. I can't even remember what it's called. Amy...
It's like trying or something, doing something. Amy Poehler doing...
Amy Poehler...
What would you want to name? If you were Amy Poehler, what would you name the pod? Pole talk. Pole chat.
Like, what is pole dance?
Amy Poehler... let her speak.
That's it. That's
Amy
what I would call it.
Let her speak.
And so anyways, it's really great apps. Like it's so cool. All the different people, Quinta Brunson, Jack Black. Anyways, the Giggly Squad are on it. These
Giggly Squad are on it.
And I'm listening to it literally at 4:30 in the morning, like getting into work.
Oh.
It's called us whatever. And they were just talking about how like, and I was like, oh, this is literally the crux of what we do. And we haven't been able to do it in 2.5 years. Where like life is just like FML vibes so much of the time that you just want to laugh. Like she's like that everyone needs one person that they call no matter what's happening, where like they just get you out of it because they make you think about like laughing and like whatever. And she was like, that's who it was to each other. And I just thought of you, and now we're here. And if I may take a second to be grateful, even though we're in the middle, we're not even at the end. I'm so happy to be here, and I could get emotional.
What? You never get emotional. What do you mean?
And can I tell you, we just went to Bustleton for One Night Stand, which is big music stuff. We're putting a music festival in a rural town, and it was incredible and it was amazing.
Okay, you are bringing up music for like
I know.
But anyway, it's fine. I'll allow it. I'll give you a pass. 3 strikes.
But
though. Three strikes.
To get to something that relates to us, you know, there's like, so many thousand. I can't even remember how many. Let's say like 13,000 people came out, and they were all young as fuck.
That's
like,
crazy, because isn't there like 10 people who live in Bustleton?
Exactly. It's a small rural town.
They really came out.
They all came out for a concert, and we had to go out into the crowd right at the front where all the people are at the front, and our job was to like give merch of one of the bands, Spacey Jane or whatever. And there's all these beautiful young girlies, and they're all screaming, and they're being like la la la. Firstly, you're like, okay, can't even believe you give a fuck about me. But then we're talking to other girls, and one girl's like, Conchetta, like, I've been a fan of you in Big Natural Talent Day. And it's like everyone became invisible. I'm like, I'm literally like, because obviously
spotlight on her, lights down, music starts playing. Addison Rae. And she's there, and it's only you and her. It could just be there could be 13,000 people in the field, and one could be a Biantini, and she's the only one that matters. That's
absolutely it. Because like most people get to know you obviously on Triple J, but like, so they don't even know the whole era before. And it makes me so mad. People piss off. They go, Conchetta's not a comedian. I'm like, you dumb fuck. Like, that's what got me there, you asshole. They just erase everything. They go, okay, you're just a radio announcer. Bitch, please.
I'm not a comedian. Okay, I'll see you at the Rat Club, and I'll fucking bash you, okay? The Rat Club is a small comedy night in Sydney on a Monday night at Mosh Pit. Check it out.
Go check it out. You're there a lot.
I'm always at the friggin' Rat Club. It's just a funny name to say.
It's really funny. Yeah. Anyways, I just want to say, like, that threw me. Like, I was not expecting. Most people have not even thought of it. And so this girl, I just went, and it, like, strung a chord in me of, like, this young girl in this rural town listened to my little podcast with my best friend. Like, it just sent me to, a different place. And I was like, I told her she got the scoop. It's coming back. I got to say that to her in Bustleton, WA. I said, honey, get the podcast feed up.
Load up the app. Okay, make sure you're following, because it's back.
So that's my big detour. Music to get us there.
That was beautiful.
So we're back on the phrases. You've got in the cream.
Oh yeah. Okay. But while we're still just on the general thank yous, good to be back. So I'll also throw a general apology out about if we haven't replied to a DM or an email, or like we both have like a medical problem with our minds, where when we get DMs and sometimes we don't look at them. Yeah. And it's hard. It's really hard.
Just give us a clean slate.
Just clean slate. Can we get Can we like Miranda and Steve meet on the Brooklyn Bridge? Okay. And if you're listening to the podcast and we're here speaking to you on the podcast, that means we can start again. And if you want to email us, please email us gossip. Please send us gossip.
Yes.
And maybe if you sent it before and we didn't read it out, send it again then. Clean slate.
Clean slate.
Forget.
Don't even like rewrite the email. Like just copy paste it, put it in a new email.
Literally.
Now we'll get to it.
Just reply and just say, hi, just following up on this, which is something I have to do all the time. And so that's why I understand. But anyway.
But no, there's our sorry. There's our apology.
Sorry. There's our broad sorry. Okay, next. Vocabulary. Of course, I think we can't go past. You can't have the croissant without the crumbs.
Another Lauren Bonham classic hook, line, and sinker.
And that's self-explanatory, really. It's like you can't have the delicious treat without the fallout that might come with it. And you know what I was thinking about, like in the universe of B&T? We could even be linking, like, there's so many connections that are firing on in my brain, okay?
Really?
So you're in the cream. You're whipping that cream into butter. Then what? You've got this butter. Then you can make the croissant. But guess what? You still can't even have that croissant without the crumbs. So even if you're out of the cream, you've got the butter for the croissant.
That's amazing.
There's a lot happening.
There's a lot happening. Everything intertwines. Also, I'd like to say that one is the most beautiful phrase of how people talk about life is the ups and the downs.
Yeah.
You know, actually a life with only ups would be miserable. And a life with only downs would be miserable. Well, that's what they tell us.
Maybe.
The jury's out on that.
I think the people who have only ups, they just like don't have to they don't have a podcast because they don't have a need to do this.
Yeah.
And they're just happy.
That's so true. But I think that's pretty much it. Of like, you gotta, highs and lows.
Highs
all of
and
it.
lows. They're the main ones.
They're the main ones.
Oh, actually, also incest is more common than you think.
That's so true. And I have that on a keychain that a beautiful listener made for us.
That's so funny. And also, that also could be good to mention because while we were on our hiatus, which was about 1.5 years, not
really?
2.5 years, by the way,
that's so good.
Time flies for some of us. There was a big article actually that from The Atlantic, which was about how Ancestry.com and like these genealogy websites are uncovering heaps of incest. And the article's little subtitle literally said, incest is more common than you think.
Why do I feel like listeners sent us that?
They did send us that.
Yeah, you did.
So thank you. Actually, guess what? Maybe I did open some of the DMs.
Yeah.
God forbid.
Maybe didn't reply, but definitely saw it.
No, I saw it. I loved it. And I went, and then I realized that you'd sent it weeks ago. And then I didn't want to reply because it was too late. And anyway, we're here.
Yeah, we're here. Do you know that I think I replied to someone's happy birthday message like a year and a half later because I found it in my... Is that too... Yeah.
Better late than never.
Better. That's what I thought.
Why not, you know? But then they kind of go like, oh, hey... What?
Hey, no, I actually didn't want this. I didn't want the thanks.
You're not even the age you were when I sent you that. I didn't. They then missed about anyway.
So I think I can't think of any. I haven't thought of any. I'm excited to rediscover them and maybe create new ones in this new era of the same pod.
New pod.
I feel like we should just get into stuff now of this big edging that's led us here. Throw anything at me and I'll throw anything at you. It's sort of like, you've got amnesty here. We're on the Brooklyn Bridge. Say whatever you want. We're starting new.
Okay. I calculated our life path numbers. Have you heard about this?
No. Please teach me.
I think I just saw a TikTok, okay? So what you do, it's numerology. I don't know where it's from. I don't know what culture I'm appropriating here.
Okay.
Let it go, everyone. Brooklyn Bridge. Okay? Forgive us. Brooklyn Bridge means you have to forgive us for everything.
That's awesome.
Ever.
That's a new
phrase. There you go. That's awesome. Okay, but anyway, your life path number, what you do is, so if you have your birthday, which your birthday is the 1st of August, 2005, was it?
Oh my God. I just want to say that, like, I said on there that I'm 30 and, like, that's a political statement. At Triple J, like, I worked with people, they're like bluffing by not saying anything. I'm leaning in being like, I don't give an F. I'm born 1994, look it up. It's in my email. I'm a 94 baby and I'm not scared of anyone.
When you just said that you were 30, like a red, like laser sniper dot just appeared on your head. And then 2 more on each of your nipples. Yeah. And there's people who want to kill you for being 30 and a woman. in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, absolutely. And I say, bring it on.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
I keep meaning to lie about my age. But then I keep like riffing on stage with like some jokes about being old, you know, and I keep saying that I'm 31.
Oh my God, but you're not. You are.
I am.
I was there for your birthday, but I just didn't realize.
That was this year.
Actually, that's crazy. You're older than me. That's
only by a few months.
No,
okay?
no, hang on.
So you actually turned 31 pretty soon, Conchetta.
No, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I just mean like, no, it actually makes sense because you're more of my mentor than the other way around.
I'm 6 months your mentor. And it makes sense. But it's also good because I was young for my grade. So all of my other like school age friends, like I'm the young one.
Yeah, that's good. You need both.
Which is nice.
You need to be like above and below.
Yeah. It's like,
anyways, wait. Get to what this is.
I'm
so
life
excited.
path number.
Life number. So you know your birthday.
Yeah. So say your birthday is the 1st of August, 1994. Mm-hmm. You add up 1, 8, 1 plus 8 plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 4.
Holy crap. What is that?
And that gets you a number. That gets you to 32.
Wow, my age in a year.
Yeah. Can I say, interestingly enough, my life path number is 33.
Oh.
But there are a few things. And also I brought this up kind of to brag because
okay.
If your life path number is 33, it might be also 11 or 22. Those are like special numbers, okay? They are called the master numbers. And so I actually have a master life path number because I'm 33. My number is 33.
So you can have a master life.
Yeah. So I'm sort of important on a global scale. But your number, so then if you get a different number, so you go 32, then you go 3 plus 2. Then so your number is 5. Okay, so number 5s, in a nutshell, your strengths, you are adventurous and curious. You thrive on new experiences, whether it's travel, people, or ideas. You're quick-witted and adaptable. I believe that. Charismatic and expressive, independent, and your life motto, don't fence me in.
Oh my gosh! Can I just tell you, one of my love languages is being told what I am and it's resonating. Is that everyone's? Because I'm like, that set my whole world on fire.
I love being told what to do and what I'm like, but only if it's good and positive and attainable.
But that feels accurate, and also I'm a whore for advice. I'm a slut for a phrase, and mine is "don't fence me in." And God, do I feel that so hard. That's incredible. I'm obsessed with this, and I cannot wait to look up the TikTok. Now, what about you? So you're 33. You're 3 plus 3. You're 6.
No, so I'm 33. So if you have 11, 22, or 33, you don't reduce it, you keep it. That's a master life number.
That's cool. So what's yours?
Yeah, so number 33 is considered one of the most spiritually evolved of the master numbers in numerology. It's called the master teacher or the spiritual giver. So the core meaning is like spiritual responsibility, carries with it a sort of duty to serve humanity. Holy shit. And what else? I have high vibration creativity. It's linked to creativity, not for fame. I already knew that.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah. That much is obvious. Or ego, but as a tool to connect and heal others, whether through music, writing, or spiritual work, or podcasting, it says here.
Scrap music.
Yeah, music.
Wow, that's amazing and feels really real.
Yeah.
That feels so... How does that feel to hear that?
I mean, you always think that you're special. And so when you get told, actually, yeah, you are one of the rarest, most special life path numbers, you think, well, this must be real. This must be the one that's real.
That's so cool.
Because I do have a calling to help others at a global or spiritual level. And that's what we're doing with the podcast. We're going worldwide, tuning in. We are discussing and denigrating the rituals of Elizabeth Gilbert's friends. But yeah, I thought that was fun.
That's so fun. Can I throw something at you?
Yeah.
There was something we said earlier that made me think about this, but I was at my cousin, her birthday, just at like a pub, and I was meeting her friends, and just somehow it came up. This girl was like, I have a question that I ask that really sets people alight. It's like my question that I go to, and
oh my God,
I know.
Okay. Also, listener, if you have like a question that you ask, that's your signature question, please let us know what it is.
Okay, it's giving radio, and I'm obsessed.
Continue.
Except there's no text line.
Call in now.
Just DM us.
Yeah.
Okay. And she was like, yeah, so like, and she told this story.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, me and all these girls and guys like all together. And then the question was this that got everyone talking and like brought a great vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Are you circumcised or not?
Oh. I can't.
And I know everyone rolls their eyes, but just stay with me.
I can't
stay
help but be disappointed.
with me. Stay with me because I know that we have a question. Like we have
Yeah.
questions that do the same thing, but it was just really fun to hear someone's.
Yeah.
And she was just saying like, it just got people talking. Like guys, you don't have to force a guy to talk about his dick. Like
no. Look, okay, I'm getting it now. I'm getting it because also when you say something a little bit racy, a little bit sexual, people will get excited, and it does open people up in a way. And also, it's pretty benign. Like it's no shame either way because it might depend. Like culturally, I know like in America, like heaps of guys are circumcised.
Yes.
And it's weird, but in Australia, not many are.
But to me, that's interesting. Of like,
Yeah.
I think about my whole upbringing. It was like, okay, foreskin all the way. Like that's all I've ever seen. That's the norm.
Yeah, I've always believed in that. Like that's how I was raised. Like I was like raised to be like foreskin all the way. Like you've got to like really be pro foreskin in this country.
Vote foreskin.
Yeah,
And that's all I know. That like to me, like, and when you're young and like that's all you're saying, you're like, well, that's a dick.
when you're young, yeah.
And also then what's my
your
favorite?
boyfriend is famously
Okay, we're
Jewish.
getting to that.
Okay.
We're literally getting to that. But pre my Ben Caution era, my famous Jew boyfriend, what was my favorite show in the world? Wait, my favorite show in the whole world, Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Okay, Seinfeld, New York City,
Yeah, the breast.
Jewish.
Yeah.
What's the word? Circumcised out the what? Like it's part of the discussion. It's like
It
it's
is.
weird not to be not circumcised, and I'm like, what's all this? And then all of a sudden, I meet a comic in stand-up comedy, and he's like of the Jewish faith and tradition, and he's not
Wow.
even like super religious. And for my first time ever, I'm handed a circumcised penis, and I'm
at
like,
that.
what's all this? And then that's my whole life, and that's my playbook for 5 years.
Yeah.
So I just think like that to me is interesting to talk about. I'm like, now I'm operating new material, like that's my normal. And then there'd be people who, if I'm at a dinner party and I'm talking about this, there's another girl being like, you are, I've never seen one, like la la la. And so I was like, okay, I'm kind of vibing this question. I think it depends on your audience. But I think there's a way it could really work.
Mhm.
Now you just
I
spoke
see it.
there. You were like, New York, it's popular over there and it's not really here.
Mm.
Now we're talking countries, we're talking
It's
culture,
global.
it's
The
global.
conversation's moving global, and then you're saying, well, in America, culturally this, and it's geopolitics, and we're talking
You
well,
sound really smart.
what else is going on over there aside from all the circumcision? And is there perhaps a move against it? And I think there is a move against circumcision.
Oh my god, of course.
Yeah, because it's unnecessary.
Yes, mutilation. What's that thing?
Genital
mutilation.
What's that thing again? Genital mutilation. That's right. Tip of the tongue. Tip of the penis.
But
Chop it off.
It's just like, anyways, I just thought that was quite. It was so funny to just hear this girl like tell me about this thing, and I go,
Yeah.
well, guess what my question is, girly pop?
I loved her hype more than anything. But good for her. Yeah, what's your question?
My question is, have you ever shit yourself? And then
Oh, that is
we
your
proceeded to
question.
hear the best stories of people shitting themselves. She had a story about being fucked so hard shit came out of her butt.
This
and
is
not
a very
even in the
sexual
box.
girl. Can I say that? Her big question is about penises. She's getting fucked so hard that she shits herself,
I
and
need
she's
you to-
talking about it.
I know, but I need you to know the story like was not that sexual. She did say it was really good, but it was less about the sex and it was more about the funniness of shit. Then we had another girl talk about how she like
This girl
crapped
needs
her
her own
pants.
freaking podcast.
She crapped her like what's the word? Bike shorts, and then still went into like a cotton on to like buy new clothes. She was sitting in her car. And
Well, if that happens, you are going into Cotton On. You're not going into Lululemon with shit in your pants, are you? No. You're not going into Stax. You're not going into Arge Athletica with shit in your pants. No, you're going to go to Cotton On. And that is beautiful.
it is beautiful.
We
It was
welcome all people there.
it was so funny because I was like, to me in that scenario, I was like, well, she was in her car, drove to the shops, and she didn't just drive home. She was like, no, she went in. She was like, it's all locked up in there. I'm going to go.
That's
buy
crazy.
clothes."
There's shorts at home. But that actually almost reminds me of what I did recently.
What?
Which is when I smashed my rear windshield on my car, reversing into a parking spot in a car park where, yeah, there was a sign that said forward park only. But I'm always reversing in, and people think that makes me crazy. But I think it makes me smart.
I actually just realized that that's a preference to reverse in.
It is, and it's because I have a background as a professional parker when I worked at a valet parking car park for several months until a man yelled at me And then I realized I can't do this.
I was never seen again.
Yeah. I was like, I can't a man yelled at me. I don't do that. I'm going to quit. But that's literally true. Are you kidding?
That's so true.
I can't be yelled at by a man.
So true. No, I love that that's the bar of like, I'm not taking that.
No, I was also so poor. Like I was bottom of the barrel. But anyway, I can't be yelled at by men.
So
but
I love that you're
anyway,
like my experience lens
that's
for
the
me to
background.
reverse in,
Yeah.
which is the high tech way of parking. Like it's just simple to go nose in. I love that you're taking the extra 3-point turn to sort of back it in.
It's literally sometimes from an angular perspective, it's easier to reverse in.
You're right.
And it's also safer to egress the spot. Egress, use of word, great word.
That's
there.
really good.
Because then if you're reversing in a car park, like a little kid could be running behind the car. Anyway, I was reversing into a spot I shouldn't have been reversing into, and I smashed my rear windscreen, and I sat there, and I went, well, I came here to get a treat, so what am I going to do? You know? The window has already been smashed. I could call my insurance now, or I could just go get a bubble tea and then call me. And so I just got out of the car and looked at it, and I was like, and I just went in the shops, and I got a taro milk tea with pearls.
I just think that's amazing. I think it's an amazing anecdote.
Well, what are you going to do?
I love that.
It was so stupid too. It was truly like what you even mentioned at the top of the app, like take yourself out on a date to get a matcha. Like I kind of do that, but it's never with like a sense of like, you know, when girls do that and like, cause they're really mentally healthy and they like love it and they like put a special outfit on just for them and feel good and like take their journal. Like I'm like holding a gun to my head being like, just get out of the house, just do something. So I was literally just like, okay, just like get in the car and like, you never go to this random shopping center. What if you just like went to this random shopping center? It's kind of cool there. I don't know. Walk around, just like get some steps in. It's raining. You can just walk around a bit. I don't want to go to the fucking gym. Get a treat. And it was like for no reason at all that I went there, and then I smashed my rear windshield and I had to do that.
I love it. That makes me think of doing it for the plot. Like that was just for the plot. You
literally
needed to smash your window just for that thing to be like,
yeah,
nothing changes. I still deserve to like go get a treat. Like I just think
wait, we're on something there. No, I still deserve. Like it's like you're on death's door, and then God kicks you when you're down again. But then the lesson there is me actually having the confidence in myself to say I still deserve a treat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to say, is there a metaphor in the fact that like there's some girlies like thriving and walking around their activewear, and there's some girlies walk around their activewear with shit in them? And you know they say everyone's going through something, but you can't always see it.
You can't always see it.
You don't see it. You just see the front. I really think that's a metaphor of like everyone sees activewear and we're like, oh, we've all got it together. Some literally walk around with shit in cotton on.
Yeah.
And that's where you can't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge the sort of activewear by the outside.
Oh my God, look, her butt is so sculpted in those leggings. They're so tight. It's like, yeah, the reason the pants are so tight is because they're holding on to a whole fucking load of shit that she just shitted in her pants. Okay? So why don't you think before you speak?
And can I just quickly give her some credit? The reason she kept shopping is because she was trying to buy a present. She's a teacher, and she was trying to buy a present for another teacher at work. And so her job was to go buy the present for the teacher who's leaving. And so she was like, well, I've got to go in and buy the present. So that's why she went in, changed her clothes, and then bought the present. Do you know what I mean? Like, again, that's coming out of, like, obligation, a woman's obligation to, like, look after another woman.
Yeah, she doesn't stop. She doesn't stop for anyone. She thinks of others before she thinks of herself. She'll work out to make creative solutions.
I can't breathe. So that is, again, my fundamental question of, like, every shit story, like, has its own. They've wildly different ones fucked out of you. One's, like, done in an obligation sense, and they were both so funny. And the other one I said is, do you believe in ghosts? That's another great question.
That's a good one.
When I was on a set for something recently, everyone was telling ghost stories. Incredible, brought us all together. And then I thought the third one, gossip, what we do this podcast about, mic drop. So that's what I wanted to bring today.
What's the goss? Yeah.
What's the goss? You just ask people for gossip from their life. And that's what this podcast has and been. And again, we say to you, if you've got gossip, you email us, you DM us at Big Natural Talents.
Yeah.
And we talk about it and no one gets hurt. It's all anon.
No one gets hurt. And if you've sent it to us before, I don't know, we're working on it. Yeah. Oh, okay. I've got one.
Okay, love.
Oh, we've got to wrap it up soon, actually. Shit. Okay. Let's do this. And then I have some gossip from a listener. But actually, Jack, I know you're listening. let's do a next episode, okay? Because this was the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
But let's wrap up with this. I think it's a fun one because
Okay,
I
serious.
went on Will Anderson's podcast.
I listened and it was incredible.
Thank you. It was recorded so long ago. I don't even remember what I talked about. But anyway, he has a question on there, which is like, what's like your day? What's like your perfect day? And firstly, like when someone asks me that, like panic sets in because I just like, you know, like if you have like clinical depression, you're like, I don't fucking know.
Totally. I haven't
What do
figured
you
it out
mean?
yet.
Yeah, it's like I wish I knew every single there's like 4 days a week where I have absolutely shit all on and I go, okay, you could do anything in the whole world. What are you gonna do? And what do? Is I like drive to Bankstown and smash my car window and get a bubble tea. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, Will Anderson.
Will Anderson, I'm trying to have a nice day, and that's what happens. So hope you're listening to Will. But there was also like a TikTok trend recently, which was like talking about your day from hell.
Oof.
So I wanted to ask you, like, what is your day from hell? Like, talk me through it. Like, from the second you wake up,
Oh my god.
then what do you have to do? What are you wearing? What are you sleeping? A lot of people's on TikTok, so they were saying, like, I wake up, I'm, like, on someone's couch. I'm not in my house. And I'm, like, under, like, a thin blanket. There's, like, the sun is shining in. And, like, you're, like, hungover and you're, like,
Yeah.
sticky.
That's a classic.
And then you've got to, like, yeah. So tell me your day from hell.
Okay, day from hell, what am I wearing?
Mhm.
The top that shows my complete areola and nipple to work at my job.
You go to work and your shirt's completely see-through.
I'm living it
Morgan.
today. I literally have given up so much that I'm fully showing my entire office, my entire breast, and not in a sexual way.
No.
In a really like
It's
issue.
the areola, which is a medical term. And they're going, I'm actually noticing some changes in your areola from when we saw them 3 months ago. Have you had a breast exam recently?
Okay, what is my hell day? Okay, it's winter. It's the dead of winter.
Yeah, it's cold.
That's the truth. Like winter brings on my depression like a freaking avalanche of like, what's the point? Like fully, it's freezing, it's cold, even like rainy. I don't like that. I feel trapped. If we speak about feeling trapped, like I don't like that I have to like walking is the one time I'm happy and
Yeah.
avoiding all my problems, and
You
I'm stuck
can't.
doing it in a shopping center because I'm not going outside even though my PT says do it and just have an umbrella. I'm not going to do that.
You can't.
I refuse. Like, it's not fun and it's
Yeah.
not happening. So that's the weather. I think you're absolutely right. Like, my hell is nausea. My hell is nausea. I do not ever want to be nauseous. It's why I'm completely constipated for 10 days in Bali because I'm only eating carbs. I do not want to get sick. I'm not having alcohol. I'm not even risking it for a second. I'm spitting in the shower. I'm like, everyone's like, have fun. I'm like, no, this is like, I need to not get sick. It's not even fun for me. It's why I'm not drinking. I don't want to feel nauseous. So my hell is it's rainy. I think that's a great point. You're absolutely, to me, I don't understand like a sleepover. Like, to me, the sleeping isn't fun. So why would you
No.
sleep in a place that isn't your bed and isn't your home?
Yeah, I can't do it now. I can't.
I can't.
And then also like my rule of thumb when I'm traveling for comedy or something is like I need to like see and smell the place that I'm staying before I'm there. If it's not like a professional hotel. Like, and people like, of course that's a normal thing. That's like, if you're a comedian traveling, wouldn't people just be booking you a motel? No, it's like very, it's absolutely not. Okay. I was literally just talking to someone thinking about booking a run, and like, it sounds good as well. But he was like, yeah, so you stay in this place. And I'm like, okay, is it a hotel motel? And he goes, private area. And I'm like, okay, so like, is it an Airbnb? Like, can we like discuss like just like the levels that you have to go through? Because like you could just be staying in someone's house, which is fine sometimes, but it could be bad.
It could be really bad.
And I can't do that. I actually don't. I will actually just like quit comedy
Yeah.
before I do that.
yeah,
I don't care.
totally.
I have nothing to lose here. I'm
Yeah.
not like sleeping on the fucking floor. I will lose money before I do that.
Absolutely. And you know what you've just picked up here that I've realized I'm noticing more and more about myself? You've said smell. I'm noticing that when I was like traveling all the time for the weekly, going to Melbourne, staying in a Quest hotel, and it's like one of the most bleakest places in the world to stay,
Smell is so important.
I was like, I actually am
Yeah.
starting to believe I need to like pack a candle. Like I need some like smell to make me
Pack a
feel
candle.
good.
yeah.
I don't want it. The smell, I just never realized that before. Of like, hang on, this is going to be part of my essentials. Everyone has their essentials of what they pack in their carry-on. I'm like, it's time to bring a candle. I didn't even know if that's
Yeah.
illegal in a place like that, of like an open flame. But I'm like, it's worth it to me. So I think
Yeah.
that's a really good point. That's all I've got for my day from hell. I want to hear yours.
Oh, I guess like kind of similar, but maybe it's like I hate it when you wake up and you're late for something and then you've got to like rush off or you've forgotten something.
You slept through your alarm.
You slept through your alarm. I wake up, it's like heat, like winter, the wind is going, there's wind and rain, and I can't use my car for some reason.
You smashed your car yesterday.
I've smashed my car window. Everything is also, listeners, if I sound under stress, there's like, again, I smashed my car window, got that fixed. Okay, not a few weeks later, my fucking blinker is stuck on going right. And then I take it to the mechanic and he says it costs $600 to fix. And I'm like, well, I guess you have to fix it because like I have to turn left sometimes. You can't, and the car works, but like you can't just drive around turning right all the time. Everyone is mad at you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wake up, I'm late and I can't drive my car and Ubers keep cancelling. I hate that.
Oh, that sucks.
And so then I've got to get the bus or something. And like, there's nothing wrong with public transport, but I'm not used to getting it. And so when you got to like start from scratch getting the bus, it's so hard. You got to look it on Google Maps and you got to like
different to train.
And it's right there as well. It's so rude how they go like 10-minute drive, 42-minute public transport. I'm like, what the hell am I going to do? What's the point? Anyway, so I've got to do that. And then maybe like I got to go somewhere and I've got to like wear something uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm wearing like a pointed toe shoe and my feet are getting all wet and it's rubbing and giving me a blister and I've got to like, maybe I've got to like impress people. I've got to talk to someone about a professional.
Doing a TED talk.
I'm doing a TED talk. No, I wouldn't mind.
You'd kill that. I'm trying to think. Maybe it's like you're going to an
No, I've got
a hearing.
I'm on trial for murder, and I'm guilty, and I know it, and everyone knows it.
And I've shit myself,
and I've got shit in my pants, and I can't even get to Cotton On. Oh my god. Well,
I think that's where we leave it.
That's where we leave it.
Hopefully you're far from hell. We hope you're not. We hope you're, like, if you're in the cream, I hope it's butter. And if it's not, you're kicking along with us trying to get to the butter.
Just keep kicking. And hey, the more little rats we get in this bucket of cream with us, the sooner it will churn into butter. Okay?
Absolutely.
So we've got all the Biantinis, we're all rats, and we're all in this just disgusting bucket of cream together.
Yes.
And some of us will die and drown in the cream. But at the end of the day,
we're together.
We're together.
And it's a commune. Remember that one bra and the one movie? If I can say from I've been in my, again, bit more of my podcast era than a year and a half ago. I listen to Shameless all the time. And I want to take this from Shameless where they go, thank you for listening. Thank you for the return. If you're a returning Biantini, we are so happy to have you. If you like this podcast, tell other people. That is the way that it grows. That's the way that other people will listen to this podcast, and we make the commune bigger. So that is what I want to say of like a podcast kind of vibe.
And I'll say something which is kind of like of a flight vibe. You know, when you're flying somewhere.
Yeah.
And this is something that always makes me feel like emotional on the plane. It doesn't matter if I've been in Melbourne for one day and I'm flying back to Sydney. And so I will say like, and if this is your first time listening to BNT, welcome. It's great to have you here. And if you're returning, welcome home. Tears in my eyes when they say that on Virgin.
Welcome home. Welcome home, girl.
Welcome home. Bye.
Bye.